All right, sweet. Hey, glad to see everybody here. Sorry, took a little bit. I was trying to get this area cleaned up because it's a mess, and I wasn't going to be able to make anything in this mess. What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's see. Craig Snow. Craig, you made it. Awesome, and you're early. Sweet. Keith is here. All right. Josh is here. We still got Craig. You guys been talking amongst yourselves. Okay. Cool beans. Keith, I saw your video you put up just a little bit ago. After I got home from work, I will get. I'll get going on. I think I'm gonna do a pumpkin for that. So I'll get going on that. Get that stuff done. That way it's ready to go. And then either I don't know if you want me to keep it here and then ship it out once you draw, or if you want me to ship it to you and then you guys ship it out. Get back with me and let me know that. Hang on, I gotta grab a couple things. I thought I had everything. I don't have everything. Be right back. What in the world? Oh, I did have everything. I have everything. And what did I get? There's some teas. I think I need this camera over here. All right, I'll hold on to it and I'll get it done before the month is over with. I was going to roll 2 cameras, but didn't get time to get all that crap set up when I was trying to get everything else set up. So I'm going to move this one up and down. So technically, while I'm reading your guys' comments over here, I'm not going to be looking at the, camera, whatever. So we're going to do this pumpkin head creature, which I haven't spent a whole lot more time looking at him versus what I did last Monday night. So this is going to be a thing. Here's the deal. These live classes were supposed to be things that I've done before so I could teach you how to do them. You can build them right along with me. It's kind of why the supply list was vague on this week, because I wasn't sure exactly what direction I was going to go, because this guy's going to be what we're talking about, a 2 foot tall, 2 to 3 foot tall, kind of little mini of this thing. So I bought some stuff. Originally, I was thinking maybe this 1/2 inch CPVC for the skeleton in underneath to build off of and move around off of that. At 2 foot tall, sorry, I had to get some more tape too because I ran out. At 2 foot tall, I'm not. Let's get this other one unpacked. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I'm going to cut this down. This is the first thing I'm going to look at tonight. But I'm not sure that towards the end of this, if it would get thin enough at the bottom of the feet, because I want to keep the proportions looking, good. Although, clicking back to these pictures, his feet are pretty thick. The bottoms of his legs are pretty thick, so I may be able to get away with using this for his feet. It looks like it's got a reverse ankle on the backside, kind of like a werewolf's foot at the bottom. So we're going to work with that and figure out how we're going to do it. And I would like to stand this guy up and work on him standing up. Man, that's still, see, that's so thick. That is so thick. Hey, Linda, glad to see you. And Linda, I just saw your, forgive me, I just saw your questions this evening on YouTube about the Mache clay. Generally, yes, 2 rolls of toilet paper goes in the recipe. I don't know if it's, when I get my paper, whether it's single ply or 2 ply. I don't pay attention. I just go in and get like the cheapest toilet paper I can find to do that stuff with. So that being said, I don't know if you got my message or not. You can try to add some more TP to it right now. Sometimes it's kind of a pain once you actually got kind of the clay into like a clay form or whatever. I've done it before, but it is kind of tough. Even that being said, even using 2 rolls of toilet paper or whatever, sometimes mine's a little tacky as well. You could add a little more flour to it, but your problem on that one was definitely it didn't have enough toilet paper in it. So generally, if it's a little too tacky, I'll add flour to it to help it out. But still, yet I'll keep water with me so I keep my hands wet and keep it from tacking up to my hands. And then you'll notice too, after a couple of days, having it around for a couple of days, the texture will change on you as well. It kind of changes as you go. The more you play with it, the more you make of that stuff, the more you'll kind of just get a feel for it and get used to it. So I hope that helped. See you, kids. We'll see you when you get back to the house, bro. Craig, Aldi's, paper, Linda. Okay, make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. So those legs go back. I mean, still yet, do I have a, did I not bring a, I did not bring a, tape measure. Hang on, let me be right back because there's 2 different ways we can go about doing this, and I'm thinking I'm going to go away from this, but I can use this in projects coming up. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, I'm coming back, I promise. It's really echoing here now. I'm going to have to change some stuff up so it's not so echoey down here. Okay. There's 24. Don't really want to cut that. But see, that would still be, that's too bulky. This guy's only going to be about 2 foot, 3 foot tall. This is going to be too bulky. So we're going to, I don't know if I got enough hangers. But I might. Okay. This will give me a little leeway to play with. So we're going to attack this. in the fashion of like how Dan Reeder, if you guys don't know who Dan Reeder is, he was called the Monster Man for a long time. He makes dragon head busts and stuff. He was like the original guy out there on YouTube ever doing dragon head busts, and his dragon head busts are awesome. But he also he used to just make all kinds of different Mache characters, like monsters and stuff, just offhand, just all kinds of different junk. And Dan, when he does his Mache, basically he says he sculpts with paper mache. So he makes all those forms first, right? Cylinders for legs, arms, whatever that is. Wraps those up in mache, makes those hard, and then comes back and cuts into those later on, changes them. And that, I think that's the way we're going to approach this situation. I think it's going to be the easiest way for me at the moment to figure out exactly how to do it. And I've done it, and it's funny, that's how I did the legs on, not him, but the other actual pumpkin demon, is I made the legs first. They were straight, and they had hanger wire in them, and I machined them, made them hard, cut them apart, bent them, did all that, and I've never had any problems with that. So we're going to go this direction. Now, I thought I had, excuse me while I'm looking, I was pretty sure I had a bunch of newspaper around here. Okay, so I showed you guys that just doing some remodeling down here, and everything's kind of moved around. I don't know where everything's at the moment. And I'm going to have to come up with more supply of newspaper because I'm running out. Where are all my tools? Where's all my tools? Everything's missing. Awesome. Dead End Yard Hunt, what's up? Glad to see you're here. Joey, hey, what's going on? Yeah. Tape measure. I'm trying to keep things within proportion. I haven't done, this is kind of small, so it needs to be proportional as much as it can, I guess. I mean, this creature's freaking pretty awesome, so I'll try to do my best to recreate this thing and do some justice to it, and just see how cool we can make something with mache. Generally, these build-alongs are kind of quick and sloppy for me. I don't spend a lot of extra time trying to make it artsy, so maybe this one we will. Last week I didn't know what to build. I wasn't sure what to build. That's why we did our whole deal. And now today I've just got ideas abundant just running through my head, but it's a little late for that. Hey, Debbie, how are you? And Craig, what is what? What in the hell is what thing? A pumpkin head or something that's going on somewhere else that I missed? We're just going to take this and fold it in half. This is going to wind up being too long for the legs for sure. So maybe I can, if I cut that in half, is that going to be too short again? No, it won't be. So I did that on purpose, right? We fold this in half so I can get center point here because I wanted exactly half of this. Wanted exactly half of the hanger per leg. And I might wind up, depending on what happens, I might wind up building a, I don't know if you want to call it a perch or whatever. I might wind up building something for it to stand on that it can be connected to. Don't know yet. Joey, materials list. They're kind of, here's the problem. Let me pull this. Let me see if I can do this on another deal. I didn't really have a material list going on because of, I didn't know exactly how I was going to attack this project. Everybody voted for me. Everybody voted that we were going to build Pumpkinhead from the movie Pumpkinhead. Like a little 2 foot tall, 3 foot tall deal of that. I have never attempted this, so I wasn't sure how we were going to attempt it. So last week I put out basically that way we had just this whole array of things we could use. Hanger wire, newspaper, tape. So basically, if you're on the channel and later on you go over to the community tab, the last thing I posted in the community tab kind of shows a list of kind of what we were going to use, which was hanger wire, newspaper, tape, mache paste. I was thinking about 1/2 inch CPVC with 90s and 45s, that type of stuff, but I don't. That's going to be too big, so we're not going to use that. Aluminum foil possibly, which I got some around here just in case we need it. Then later on, paper clay, things like that for details, glue. And I said possibly some type of wood for a mount, whatever, those types of things. Just because I wasn't sure what we were going to do. I wasn't sure how I was going to attack this, if that makes any sense. No official material list. Right now, materials are newspaper and hanger wire. That's how we're going to deal with this. So let's put this back down. Right now, we're just going to start these things out. These are going to be for the legs. I've got, I took one hanger wire, stretched it out, cut it in half, and then bit these things in half again. More than likely, these are going to have to get trimmed up later on. What we're going to do tonight is I'll wind up wrapping these with tape. You're going to see that. We're going to put a little newspaper on this and bulk this out a little bit. And these are basically going to be what would be our legs. So we're going to make blocks. We're going to make shapes to create width. So we're going to make pieces of legs that can get mached, can dry up, and get hardened. Next week or whatever, when we come back and we're going to start doing some shape to these legs, the thing about having the wire in here is this will be straight. It'll be mached up nice and hard. Then we'll figure out where the back of the leg, because that creature's got kind of werewolf legs, kind of comes back like this and then folds over again and comes to a knee and then comes back up. So we'll be able to figure out where we want the joint to be. We'll cut away the mache. We'll be able to bend the wire in between and then make those bends and go back and repair all those spots, right? And remache all that stuff up. And we can use the wire to make those bends and stuff. So this is how I'm going to attack it. It's going to take a little more time to do it this way because we're not basically just creating a full armature all at once and then just running with it. We're setting ourselves up to, as Dan Reeder would say, sculpt with mache. So what I'm doing right now is just taping these together. Pretty obvious. But, I used to be skinnier and could hold these I could hold this with my knees. I can't do that anymore. So I can pull it nice and tight. Reaper's Horror, hello, hey. You were on super early, I saw earlier. Glad to see you back. But we're going to get this stuff prepped up. If I can keep my hands from going numb, would be awesome. Past 3 or 4 days, they wanted to go numb like crazy. I don't know if I got tendonitis or something. That's creating a problem. I don't know. It's driving me crazy though. Let's put a little background music in here. Why not? Something that's annoying as can be. There we go. That's nice and annoying. All right, let's tape up this other one. All right, so here's the thing, man. You guys, I don't have much instructions with this. You guys voted on doing this. I've never made one before. So you're just going to watch me struggle through figuring out exactly how I'm going to do this. Greg is all in. Sweet. Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. I can already feel it in my fingers. So irritating. Now we're going to start adding just a little bit of paper to give this stuff just a little bit of bulk. We're not going to go overly crazy because this guy is only 2 foot tall, so it doesn't have to be super thick, because we're going to be building on top of this anyway, putting in details from the legs and things like that. Creature, from what I see on the internet, has some very, very muscular. So I got to leave some room for muscular texture, so we can't go overboard with these legs, or it's going to have to be way bigger. But we'll figure it out. Oh my gosh, I haven't done a project like this in a long time. I did quite a few back in the past, kind of like this. Linda, hello, how are you? But I have not built like this in a long time. So here I'm going to throw out some tape real quick on the table here. Just some smaller, I don't know what, some of these 3 or 4 inches or whatever. You just have them tacked down, because as I wrap this up, I'm trying to make the paper as tight as I can trying to make this paper as tight as I can get it to that wire, right? And I want to keep it tight, so when I get it pretty tight, we're going to tape it in place so it doesn't move. Now, the tighter we make this, the more rigid the legs are going to be. It will help out. The little legs on that pumpkin demon, when I did him, were super stout. Crack in TWK. Happy holiday. What holiday? Happy holiday. Whatever holiday it is. I hope it's a good one. Now we're going to add a little more to it. And then when you're doing this, you need to figure out which is going to be, you know, the top part of your leg and what's going to be the bottom part of your leg. Because as you wrap this right now, you're going to want to thicken up, you know, your thigh area, make it a little bit thicker than your ankle foot area. All right? Right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. At this point in time, this would make a pretty good Harry Potter's wand. The way it's looking. Man, it's hard in my hands. I'm gonna complain about this all night long. It's so hard in my hands. Just cut a couple of these off. Yeah, Linda, by the time, let's see. Okay, I unfolded an entire wire and then hanger wire, and then I bent that hanger wire in half, and then I cut it. And I had 2 pieces of hanger wire, and then I folded those in half. When I folded those in half, basically, these things wound up being, yeah, just about a foot. So that's about 1 foot, right? Our guy's still gonna be 2 foot tall, but you have to imagine in your head that we're gonna have, as we build this guy later on, this part of the leg will kick back. It'll have a joint here. It'll kind of kick forward a little bit, and then we're going to have another joint and come back up. That type of stuff is going to take up some of the length of our wire, and then we'll pull them together at the top into the torso, that type of stuff later on. So, man, I almost feel like I can get away. Here's my problem right now. I want to make this way bigger. Like way bigger. But 24 inches on a character like this, a little tabletop type guy, that's not real big. I'll go ahead and hit this again on the bottom. I'm going to add a little more girth down here and come up this way. When I'm rolling these things around and doing, I'm kind of watching the thickness of it, and I'll kind of overlap some of them to make it an area thicker or whatever. I'm going to be kind of thin as I roll from the bottom up, and then kind of lay it on, try to make it thicker when it gets to the top. That makes, you know, sense at all. Sorry, I had that out of the camera. Oh, this newspaper is old and it tears so easy. That's a little frustrating too. So that's something too. This newspaper has been sitting around for quite a while, and it's coming apart super easy. It's making it a little more difficult to work with. And I apologize if you guys comment something and I don't see it, or I see it late or whatever. I'm not sure how much lag time I have between when I talk and you guys hear. Yeah, Linda, I'm going to kind of bend the bottom part into a foot. This thing, I'm looking at this. Looking at a picture of this creature. The bottom side of his foot, this bottom side of this leg thing kind of comes down, and like the actual foot is only, it's just going to be a teeny tiny portion down here that kind of comes out, and then basically claws come off of it. So it's almost like he's walking on his toes in a way. So I wind up bending a little spot just for like that toe area, but that's going to be about it. It's not going to have a big foot. It's not going to be a big foot. It's not going to have a normal sized foot from heel to toe like what you're used to seeing. What is going on here? Let's try this. Okay, I think I'm back. Having a little bit of internet connection problems there. Anyway, let's do this again because I'm way off. If anybody's paying attention, or if you can hear me right now, I know I disappeared for a little bit. Type in the number 1 into the box there. That way I can check this delay. There we go. Type number 2 into the box because that may have been a huge delay. Right on, the delay's not bad. You guys are awesome. Appreciate that. Now see, this is about as thick as I'm going to go really with this leg right now. One, the guy's only 2 foot tall, so this creature isn't going to be super big. Two, we're going to wrap mache around this, right, to make it nice and hard. But then when we go put in detail, we're going to put muscular texture and stuff over the top of this that we have here already. So we can't go too big with this. This still has to be kind of small because we're going to build on top of that. That's not good, Craig. Holy crap. I don't know if anybody's at Craig's place or anything else, but you may need to go see the doctor like now. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. Reaper's trying to figure out if Craig's okay or what's going on there. I don't know if anybody knows Craig personally. Or if anybody has his, I don't have any of Craig's info, none of that. All right, Craig's alive. Woo! Okay. Well, that's one way to scare everybody, that's for sure. Yeah, that's right, Linda. It's not. There's quite a few people I know around here that have had some strokes here lately. So, like, trying to go on. So did you, okay, Craig, did you poke yourself with the wire? Is that what happened? Well, we've carried out 9 people so far watching this crazy bunch of nothing going on. Have we established, Craig, are you okay? You still have your eye. Tell me you have not had a stroke. That everything is good. So we can continue on, because I don't want to continue on doing this and you're like surely needing some help somewhere. Okay. It's all good. Right on. All right, let's get after. So we got what's going to be legs. Let's roll up what's going to be torso. And I think I will use a bit of, I think I'm going to use a bit of CPVC for the torso. It's a little bit thicker. It'll be easier for me to bulk out with some paper. And I can put a T on it to push stuff out for shoulders and arms. So, let's see if his feet are going to be, where's that book? Hang on just a second. I've got a book here that I've printed out that's got this thing has got measurements on it that when you're doing skeletal work kind of gives you, you know, how long your spine should be versus your legs. For a 6 foot tall guy or a 5 foot tall guy, yes, this monster is going to be a little different in that aspect, but it'll give me something to go off of. Here we go. So that thing's 6 foot. So let's just play with this a little bit. Let's see, everything overall leg, 6 foot tall, say 50, you're at 34. And the spine was 25, so the spine is just a little bit, and neck, spine and neck to the base of the skull. Spine includes H, so 26, 20, a little bit shorter than what the legs are going to be. Yes, Pumpkinhead. We're going to see how this turns out of this. So we were 12. Let's just cut that at that and we'll pull it down some. And he has a tail too. Probably add that on later. All right. We are going to roll a T on top of this. All right, so I am breaking into this CPVC just a little bit because it'll be a little bit easier for the top. I am going to throw a T onto this, and I'm not gonna, and I guess I could super glue this. Doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's probably gonna make your top heavy. Nah, he'll come out good. I ain't scared. Not scared. That looks about right. So throwing a little T on there. I don't know if I should even mess with some shoulders sticking out or not. I was thinking maybe that would give me something to connect. Originally, I was thinking that would give me something to connect my hands to, my arms to in here when I do this, but reality setting in that I probably won't really find this again. But that's okay, because it'll just help me bulk this out. Let me get back over here to this picture. He's got some gnarly protrusions that are coming up off the top of his shoulders too that are pretty wicked. See, that one's pretty... See, there's some artist renditions of this guy too that are pretty cool to kind of make it look more viney for a body. But the arms are definitely as long as the legs for sure. So the torso isn't super big. Okay. I think we can put this together. I haven't watched Pumpkinhead yet. That's still something I need to do. Let's change this. I don't want that to be that thick. I have a marker around here somewhere. I could have swore. Yes, I got a marker. Look at that. There's a marker right there. Okay, and here, let's just, I'm going to say all kinds of stuff. I'm going to once again apologize. Since I haven't really done a guy like this, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So this whole class, this live class, this everything we're doing, you're just watching me fumble through this to figure out what I'm going to do. This is generally, I had to walk away for a minute. This is generally my process when I want to make something. I kind of go at it like this. And then once I've made it, if I reproduce it, then I've learned from that first time of doing this what mistakes I made. You can make it better. So, wow, that thing's dried up. Well, after making this guy, I'm for sure gonna go watch it. Okay, just so you guys know, because this may mean, if you want to know, whatever, I'm going to tell you. But this may mean nothing the further we get into this project. However, I'll let you know where we're at. Our 1/2 inch CPVC. I did a T. This is kind of the shoulder area because I'm going to bulk out a basically a torso here that we're going to mache around. That's going to go with the legs and stuff. Basically, once again, We are just kind of making our parts. We're going to mache these parts up, and then we're going to use those parts next time, break them apart, you know, pose them, whatever. We're going to sculpt with the mache. So, as Dan Reeder says, sculpting with the mache. This piece of CPVC that, I stuck in the bottom for the spine area is what, 7 and 5/8 long. If you're interested in knowing that, once it connects to the T, it gives us a total of, 8.5 inches. I cut these from the T out, right? So from the base of the T out, this is 1 1/8 inches, and this one's 1 1/8 inches. Makes the shoulder width across this just about 4. It's actually 4 1/8 of an inch across. Those numbers may not mean anything later on, but that's the size I have going on to deal with this. Right? Right. So I'm going to start out. We're going to start bulking this. I'm probably going to just crumple around this. We're going to make the top side a little bit bigger and then narrow it down. He's pretty thin in the waist area. His legs come right up and mold right into his waist, and then he kind of V's out a little bit at the top. He doesn't have much of a... He's pretty straight besides the rib cage area there. So we'll pull that out as the shoulders. Yeah, let's see how we do this. Keith is back. Glad you're back, Keith. Linda didn't say anything about you, but Craig wound up freaking everybody out saying he had a stroke. That was a scary moment. But now that we know he's okay, we're going back at this. Now, Craig, I'm not sure if I saw that. Linda, did you say Keith was a loser? I won't tell anybody. So the whole thing on this, as I'm going, because I mean we've been almost an hour into this. The whole purpose, we're bulking this stuff out, and then I'm going to layer it all up with mache like a whole bunch. I'll probably get to doing some of that layering tonight, but I'm not going to run way into the night for you guys to watch me just mache on, strip mache on. I'm going to save you from that tragedy. But that being said, if you're building along, you're going to want to mache it up and mache it up really good. When I do this mache too tonight, I'm going to just dip my hands straight in, and then I'm going to get basically this stuff wet with paste, right? And then I'm going to wrap and dry around it. That way some of the mache paste can saturate into this paper a little bit and make everything a little bit harder. get some more of this. Using up tape pretty quick. I bought quite a bit of tape over the weekend as I ran out, because I knew this project, anytime you're doing a project kind of like this where you're going to be doing a lot of bulking with paper or whatever and that type of crap, you need to be prepared that you're probably going to use a lot of tape. Just holding things in place at first. I'm not going to go, I don't think I'm going to go a whole lot wider on the bottom, right? Because this leg's going to come up a little bit. The leg's going to wind up coming into this thing like that. Our shoulders are a little wider there. Then we're going to have rib cage in this area here, right in through there. Man, is that, are my proportions off? Is that torso too long? Maybe not. Proportions, man, it's always big for me. I want to try to get the proportions right, and right now I'm just kind of really guessing at it. I wish I had some 3D models of this thing, would be kind of nice, but I guess mine will be a 3D model. That's funny, Craig. Me too. Okay, I think that's really, at this point, that's probably enough. Is that enough? That's probably. This is probably going to be enough for the base of the torso. I think so. I might wind up bulking the legs. I'm probably gonna, as I make this, making the torso and kind of seeing things kind of come together in my head, I'm probably gonna wind up wrapping some more paper around the hip part or the upper part of the legs here to fatten that out just a little bit more. I don't want to go too big, right? Because we're going to put stuff on top of it, but I do think it needs to fatten out just a little bit more at the top side so it is in a little more proportion with what I have going on for the body. Because right now the body's not in proportion with the legs. But I mean, that'll be the fun thing too. Once we mache all this, if things don't look right when this is hard, we can trim some of this stuff out, put together, and then re-mache it again, right? And we can make all these changes by cutting stuff away. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to wrap arms now. So I'm going to set these to the side. Looks like in the picture, the arms, woof, man, the arms are just about as long as the legs are. Yeah, they're every bit as long as the legs are with this guy. And he's got huge hands with some long exaggerated fingers. He's got 4 fingers and then some claws there. So he's a pretty wicked creature. to be honest. Hey, Rufus. Let's see, what am I missing in chat? Glitter. Jaden says paper rolling skills come in handy. Hi, baby. Yeah. I started at 7:30. Okay. You can watch whatever. It's not a big deal. I don't have the tea. Linda, you could, you know what, without even using the tea, that was what, 4 and what was that, 4 1/8 or whatever the measurement was. So you could cut a piece of this CPVC at 4 1/4 and then just put it right on top of the deal and just tape it to it. You know, all that really happened was it gave me, all it did was kind of give me something to decide how wide the shoulders are going to be and kind of build everything out to that, right? So really, you could just cut it, lay it flat, wrap it with some tape in the center and let it hold there. You probably didn't need the tea. I just grabbed, like, because when I went to get some stuff and wasn't sure what I was going to use, I grabbed 45s and 90s and T's and just different stuff for like just in case type of thing. Okay. Wet bread. Someone smells like wet bread. Oh my gosh. Chat's going crazy. D. Walt scored half a dozen. Scored half a dozen large foam pumpkins at a garage sale. Nice. All covered in glitter. You can take that glitter off. I bet they're pretty. Nah, this pumpkin head's going to be a challenge. But he's going to come through. Now, I'm not saying that... just hold your chin up there, sweetheart. Okay, now I'm not saying that this isn't going to enter into an ugly phase at some point in time during these live class deals, but... we'll get past it. And you know the funny, it's funny that you say that, Craig, because here's the thing. When everybody was last week, when we were trying to figure out what we were going to make or what was going to do, this whole pump head scenario came up, and everybody voted for it. And at the end of that night, I honestly felt like it was more like, let's challenge him and see if he can make a pumpkin head. With Mache. It's kind of how it felt a little bit, so game on. Let's make him. So I'm making, we're making just a base for the arms, doing the same thing for the arms as I did the legs. I pulled it out one hanger wire, fold it in half, cut it. I'm going to fold it in half again. This should be a foot long, just like the other one. Should be good to go. Keith, I don't think you can lightly set anything on fire. I would scrape that glitter And then driveway sealer, or what is that? Flex Seal. You spray Flex Seal all over it. Or, to be super honest, you could have just taken Mache paste I use, which is Type Bond 2 wood glue and water, and been a little more heavier on the glue, not quite so much water, and then brush that all over that glitter. It would stick it all into place, crust it all over, and give you a base to work off of. And it's waterproof. Come on, baby. Lupin, what is up, man? Nice to see you. You know what? The funny thing is, Lupin, I am surprised Keith didn't say that. Covered in fiberglass. So this is just a repeat of the legs, except they're going to be a little thinner. We're not going to bulk these out quite as much at the beginning here. Check something here. Super 77, then lightly set it on fire. Boom! Here comes the boom! My chat is freaking awesome. You guys crack me up. Let's see. Ooh. Do I have this in here now? Is it on this phone? I am not for sure. For sure. Chauffeur. Maybe not. I got a lot of crap on this. Regan phone. Chauffeur. Let's see. Yes, no, no, yes. I don't see it. Gosh darn it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Bug waterproof. Actually, I have a driveway. This is what happened when I lightly tried to burn my dragon pumpkin head. So I tried that and it just took off. It wouldn't stop. All right, let's get some arms going. Enough messing around. And then we gotta roll a ball. We gotta make a ball. Some balls. There's some balls. An oblong ball with a head. I haven't made it through a shape project yet without playing with some balls. And for all you guys watching, how about let's do a nonchalant plug for the channel. You don't have to, but if you're always feeling like you want to support the channel and what we do and what I do here and take the time out for you guys, you can join up over at Patreon for like a couple bucks a month. That'd buy me a coffee in the morning once a month. You want to do that? Or even on here, you can send a super chat if you'd like to just say, hey, thanks for showing me how to do this. I have learned nothing. I'll always take those as well. But that is not required. I enjoy you all as it is. Although I do want to get with some more of my patrons that I know there's a few on here. I would like to bring you guys on Monday night live with me, so we can have a look at how your progress is going while we're building this stuff. You guys got to have some perks. Ball, yep. I said balls. Now let's just roll some arms here. I want to keep these pretty thin at the beginning here for forearm area. Ah, it tore off on me. Gosh dang it. See that? This old newspaper's a pain. Nice, DeWalt. Yes, I agree with you, DeWalt. I say 99.9% of all my props are Mache. Yes, I can. Nope, you're fine. Let me get this real quick and I'll be right there. Ah, fire's good when you want to get rid of stuff. It gets it gone way faster. That old pumpkin dragon needed to go. He had served his time. He served it well, but I was running out of room. Running out of room. I'll be right back. Hey, Keith. Thank you, sir. I much appreciate it. But you do that all the time, dude. All the time. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Sorry. Had some things to take care of. I'm on my way. Sure you talk amongst yourself. I am still live. You didn't lose me. Promise we're still here. I'm back. Woo! Okay. Ha! Not a poop break. Although I did have to use the bathroom. But no, I had to help out with my dog, my wife's dog, her baby. I'm back. Guess that's part of life though, right? I don't get to get away. It's easier to get away. Yeah, dude, Keith, that'd be sweet. Man, I've got a list, bro. I got a list of people out there that, if I hit the lottery, they're never working again unless they just want to. Like, did you measure it out or nothing?
Nope.
Yeah, I can smell it off the top. That's pretty stout. Woo! Howdy. Okay. Now we're re-energized. A little drink there. Okay, these are gonna have to clearly have to have a little more. Man. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a test. He's got so much, this thing's got so much detail. And the fact that, like, not making him big, like if this thing was like, if I was making this guy big for a prop to go outside in the yard, it would be a lot easier. But this small scale, this is where the real challenge is going to come into play. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it, Exmo. I wouldn't be working a 9 to 5. I could get out a whole lot more YouTube content. That's the goal anyway, you know, right? Eventually, this will take over, and I'll turn this into a full-time job. I am going to make some stuff to sell this year, though. We are going to cross that bridge. I'm thinking of really spending some time and making some pumpkin spiders and spend some time on the sculpts on them. and really make it pretty cool looking. Gonna mold them, but I'm probably gonna sell them as a U finish, right? Where maybe do them in a hard rigid foam or something unfinished, and you can get them and put the legs on or whatever and all the other stuff and do all the extra details in. Some people that bought Bitcoin early on did make some freaking money. I know that. All right, let's have a look at this stuff again. He's going to be back to here. Okay. I think that's going to be good for a base. I need 2 screens, man. I need another monitor. I need 2 monitors. I've got another monitor. I don't know if I can make this little laptop split into 2 monitors or not. But I think okay. Definitely, before we move on, I'm going to fatten these legs up a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, right. It is all like a bunch of mummification. I can agree with that. Based off my torso size and everything else I got going on, well, you guys can even see here the torso size, whatever. I'm going to make the top of the legs a little bit thicker to begin with. I mean, I know I'm going to build out later on in this, but I want to thicken that up right now as it is before I even get to this other point. So we need to make those a little bit bigger. Holy cow. Holy Toledo. Kind of get this going. This project, I guess, really qualifies of making something from nothing. Dude, Keith, what kind of pizza showed up at your door and is it already paid for? I mean, holy cow. That's awesome. If free pizza showed up at my door, I'm not going to turn it down. Steve, what's up, man? Holy cow. If no one knows who Steve's Haunted Yard is, you guys should. Steve Reeves has joined us tonight. I almost feel starstruck on that. How about that? Yeah, Steve, you're correct. Pumpkin props are the best. I don't know if you know what we got going on this thing, but Monday Night Live is something I've been doing now for a month or two. Generally, for people to build along with. Something that I've already made, show them how to do it. Last week we did a little live. Everybody talked about what we were going to do, and everybody wanted to make Pumpkinhead, the monster. Never made Pumpkinhead, so, and he's just going to be in a 2-foot tall version. He's not going to be a real prop for outside. So this particular live class isn't really a class. It's more of a watch me fumble through this and see if I can figure it out type of thing. Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna go over expensive on a monitor, but I need to, for sure, especially doing this, right? Because like trying to keep up, watch chat, talk to you guys, and then flip back and forth to look at some of these pictures of Pumpkinhead at the same time. It makes it a little bit tough. Just a bit tough. Man, that guy's freaking... He's pretty damn cool. This leg needs to be a little bit thicker steel. I've seen you've been busy too, Steve, making a bunch of stuff. Been keeping up on the channel. I need to comment more. I don't always comment. Try to, but well, a lot of the times I'm watching YouTube on my big screen and I don't have options to comment. So then if I got to comment, I got to pull my phone out or something and go back and make comments. Yeah, dude, they are monitors. I got another monitor right there. I just don't know if this, like, this is a little bitty laptop that was bought for the HVAC business that I'm trying to get out of. And I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's strong enough. I need to buy a new, I need to buy a new PC, like, especially doing this live stuff. On Monday nights, trying to do this live stuff and have a bigger, better feed. I need to buy like a, honestly, like a gamer's PC that has a little more power, streaming's better, you know, all that kind of junk. The problem is I'm not a whiz when it comes to tech at all. But I know what I'm working with right now really doesn't have enough power to do a good live stream and keep things functioning correctly all the time. Well, how are you getting dinged, man? I mean, is it like, well, if it's on YouTube, you got to be super careful about music and crap like that. Like anything, if you're playing, that's why right now there's some music kind of in the background, but it's the streaming platform allows me to do it. But you can't even, like, you're listening to the radio in the background and that comes across on YouTube. That's a copyright infringement. It's insane. Right, Reaper, I get that. Me too, dude. Okay. I think those are going to be good enough. Yeah, that's pretty decent on that hip. Okay. Legs are good enough. Torso's good enough. Arms are good enough to start with. Let's set these to the side. We're going to roll. We're going to play some balls. We're going to play some balls, boys. I'm going to roll a small His head isn't really round. His head is like, his head's more like a football. Hang on just a second. I am looking. You know what? Why don't we do this so you can see this? Present. Share screen. Share screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Share. Move. Okay. So, hopefully you guys can see that stuff. His head, like this picture here, it's almost football shape. And I don't know, this guy across the top, when you look across the top there, that looks like it's made kind of a bony structure or something. And under here is like a fleshy, sacky type of thing. Either way, I'm thinking that kind of a football shape to start with will probably give me a good base. Let's look at this. See, look at that. I guess it depends on. So this is Winston's team. The guys that probably actually did it. It's kind of a funky blob. You know what? Let's do it that way. So that, looking at that picture, that's kind of a misshapen ball on the backside, like a brainy area, and then this face is kind of grown off the front of it. From that angle, that's what that looks like. You got this weird funky blob, right? Not exactly round. You got this funky blob, and then this face is kind of grown right off the top, which is cool. And check that out. There's a tooth kind of coming out the side of him out there. I like that. That's pretty sweet. Okay. Okay. All right. I think that's what we're going to do. Charlotte, we're live. You're not watching the replay. Yeah, what? Yeah. So, where's my toy? And this head, boy. Here's the thing. Oh, man. This is small. This is small. If this was big, if this was life size, it'd be so much easier. But I'm really going to try to stay with, like, I've got some polymer clays and stuff, and that head's got some awesome, sweet detail to it. But I'm going to try to stay strict mache with this head. Even the facial details, whether, you know, I'm going to use paper clay, that type of stuff. But man, that's really going to, woo, I might have to actually go out. You can purchase some paper clay like at Home Depot, not Home Depot, oh my gosh, like Hobby Lobby and Michael's and stuff. It's much finer than homemade stuff. And I might have, normally don't do that, I might have to bite off into that to get this. Yeah, Craig's laughing, and here we go. Yeah, you're right, here we go. I might have to buy some of that to bite off into this, pull this head back up. I might have to bite off into that just to pull this head off. His head is a pretty good size compared to the body. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for showing that. Maybe I need to pull that back down. That image maybe being copyrighted. I don't know. I mean, I'm just using it for reference, people. That's what we're making. Don't strike me on that. That would suck. Let's kind of wrap this and see where we're at with this. Buckle up, Buttercup. This is going to be a bumpy ride from here on out. We're playing with fine detail and not using such fine detail methods. This is going to work though. I'm going to make this work. Blame Keith. Dead End, I believe you were pretty much on the bandwagon last week of freaking this whole Pumpkinhead thing. If I do remember correct. I think you were the first one to jump out and vote for Pumpkinhead. But it was, if I remember right, it was Reaper that suggested it in the first place. Charlotte, holy cow, I'm so sorry. That would be such a horrible thing to go through. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Reaper, I thought I could have swore it was. Wasn't it? I thought you were the original person to suggest Pumpkinhead. Maybe I was wrong. That was. I know Dead End Yard Hunt was all friggin' over it though. Let's go back and have a look at this. I'm gonna look at this on this other side. So we've got that can come out. I can build the jaw kind of off of this here. Okay, I think that's gonna work. So we've got this. It's kinda, right? Can you see it? It's kinda in proportion. We'll make it a little bit bigger, but we come off here. I can pull that jaw down off of here and then come out a little bit, come out with the snout. That way it looks like the face is kind of coming off this backside. So I think this will work as a decent base, right? So that's where we're gonna say right there with that base. Now, 2 hours, almost an hour and 39 minutes into this thing, and we've got, dude, this is what it's like when you're creating something from nothing and making mache. We got some bases for legs and arms, a torso here, and a head. Now we can finally start wrapping this with mache. So I'm going to start wrapping this with mache. We'll talk and do things. Nothing else is really going to transpire as far as like the way anything looks. Here's the whole deal. We've got these parts. I'm going to mache and layer these a whole bunch all individually, so we'll allow these things to dry. That way next week when we come back into it, we'll be able to start taking these legs. I can make cuts in my dry mache, and since there's wire in here, we can bend and break these. We can get the angles we need, do all the little repairs, and we can start putting this thing together, right? To look a little bit more like a body. We'll get the body kind of together in one. So we've got this body. Once we have that shaped out, then we'll start adding things like muscle texture and stuff like that. I'll probably work on the body and arms and all that stuff first and then tackle the head maybe last. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But this is the easy part right here. It's once we start putting this guy together to make him into something, that's when everybody is, as Craig says, that's when you're gonna have to buckle up, because things are gonna get interesting then. Yeah, I need to go check. Yes, Charlotte, that's terrible. How do we say that? I appreciate the fact that you're even on here after that kind of a tragic deal. And hopefully maybe everybody here, including the chat and everything else, can be entertaining enough to put maybe a smile on your face, and hopefully get you inspired to make and do something as well. That's what we're going to try to do. That's what I'm going to try to do. But I am truly, truly sorry for your loss. I've lost a lot, but I haven't lost a partner yet. And it's nothing I want to do. Is it a full, Charlotte, is it a full replica of a Bates Motel? Or is it small? Or is it like something you put out in front of the house? All right, let's get some paste out. Well, I just happen to have some here. Look at that. It's got cat hair, dog hair in it. That's pretty. But it does not have mold. Before I stir this up, we're gonna tear some paper, some tape there, and we're gonna get busy. Now you guys can hang all you want from this point in time, doesn't matter. Stay, talk amongst yourself, talk to me. I enjoy it all. Well, we're getting to the Mache part, which isn't super exciting. But if you're here, awesome. I'll continue chatting along with everybody. And I'm going to leave these, like generally when you do smaller things, right, you want your paper smaller. So here's the rule of thumb: as you're doing smaller deals like this guy or whatever, and you want things to lay flat, you generally want to tear your paper pretty thin and pretty small. On this base part of this, when I do these arms and legs or whatever, like I said, I'm going to put my hands right in the Mache paste. I'm going to get all that wet, and then I'm going to wrap this to it, and I'll just be wrenching this down anyway, so it doesn't really matter about this being small. If that makes any sense. On the head, it might be a little bit different, but as far as these arms go, arms and leg area go, it doesn't matter. We just need to get some paper going on here. "34 inches tall, fully 3D. Have you put it like on Facebook Marketplace or anything like that? Or have you tried to sell that thing? I don't have any room. Probably need to get that drank before we start. What in the world? Why is it tearing so funky? Made for inside. Yeah, like a little miniature or whatever. That'd definitely be kind of fun to have. You had like a nice size fireplace mantle where you could set that thing up and put some other little Halloween miniature people around it and stuff. Make an awesome little Halloween setting for Halloween time. And right now, I'm not even going to worry too much about even getting rid of the factory edges. Generally, when you're doing mache, of course, most of you guys should know that if you've done it before, you want to get rid of all your factory edges so everything lays down nice and flush. But this is just the base. We'll be going over this with other stuff. So I'm not going to worry about factory edges at this point in time. I think so. Was it on Facebook? Like DM? I think he DM'd them to me. My gosh, I can't remember. I think I get so many pics, and I swear I might remember that. I think I do remember that. Oh, and then yeah, I've got. So I think I got everybody's progress pictures of the pumpkin spider back. So I will try to get that video up sometime in the next week, so I can showcase that stuff. I've got to go back and check my email boxes and sort all that stuff out. I've been so busy. Had some car repairs to take care of this past weekend. I got more. This is almost coming along. It's kind of trashy right now. Her station's getting there. We're going to build a big table in the center. So yeah, I really shouldn't have showed you guys that because I haven't showed patrons that yet. But all that really expanded the, you want to call this basement the studio, really expanded it out some more. The rest of my house is a wreck. So almost got that done. Then when I get all that done, I can get back to kind of normalcy. Besides the fact that I have a car I have to go fix. That's got some serious engine issues. Okay. That stuff's torn down. Yes, Linda, the pieces I got so far, I'll show you right now. We have the torso area, which shoulders down where the legs are. Here is our football shaped ball for the head. These are our two arm structures. They're a foot long each. And then here are the two leg structures. And this is what we're getting ready to. There's not a lot of detail in these right now. They're not supposed to. We are just shaping these out to create something with it. Hang on there, Charlotte. Give me 1 second, fellas. I'm gonna look something up real quick. Maybe I am. Well, we'll see if it comes up. Well, come on. Come on. I'm not going to do it right now. Okay. Too long. Man, sure, I really believe I remember seeing it. I was going to try to pull it up and my computer was logging up on me. How does who do what in their head? I'm talking about my head. My head's a mess half the time. Half of the time. All right, here we go. Like I said, hands right into the Mache paste. And then I'm really gonna saturate this. Oh, that burns, man. I got a cut on my thumb. That feels good. Yeah, if you got a cut on your hand, you might not want to do this part, but you know what? For you guys, I will endure the pain. So basically all I'm doing right now is saturating these down, and then I'm adding the strips of Mache, it's not Mache, the strips of newspaper to it. They're dry. I'm not dipping that in the Mache paste at all or anything like that. Wrapping it around and then coming back with more Mache paste because my hands got it on it and just working it in. Yeah, Charlotte, send them again. I'd love to see it again. I don't know. I can try to. I don't know if I might be able to find someone that might want to buy it. Oh, I just flipped glue on my computer. That's not gonna be good. That's gonna make the key sticky. Oh no! No, no, no. That could be a problem. Well, we're gonna find out. Now, as Craig said, he was here because he had a twisted paper fetish. Now it's a wet twisted paper fetish. It's gotten a little more extreme. I mean, I get dust and stuff. Yeah, I've got clay dust and stuff on my computer all the time, but that literally just flipped like a glob of this glue, and this is Type Bond 2, and it's a little wet at the moment. It landed right in the crease of the key. Kind of got it cleaned up, but I don't know if it's going to get in there and cause any real problems or not. Get back on there. This is when it's going to get messy. Messy. Well, I've been doing this such a long time, and I usually got this laptop's usually in pretty close proximity to everything that I do. But this is the first time I've actually got stuff on it. So I'll, more than likely too, these will be dry by tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I will put more layers on these. I'll probably, depending on if they dry fast enough, I'll try to get 3 or 4 layers on this. Because with this, right, we're really building with the mache on this thing. And this mache needs to be, it needs to be strong. Let's pull it up here because I'm working up here. So it needs to be nice and strong. And before anybody asks how many layers, I don't know how many layers. I can just tell you I'm going to do this at least 2 or 3 times. Depends on how fast it dries. I may do a whole bunch tonight. I may stay kind of up late tonight and turn the live stream off and try to get plenty of layers on here. Although I need to wake up early. I got a job to finish up tomorrow. Look at this. And see, and I keep like my desk is wood, but I got this plastic, square plastic thing over the top of it, and that's what I mache over a lot of times. So it was getting kind of nasty down there, and I just wiped some of the mache paste right off of it, right back on here. This stuff works because when it dries up, it usually doesn't stick to it. And then if you get too much on here, you can twist it a little bit and then come back with like a putty knife and scrape all the glue off of it. Be clean again. The best things I used back in the day, and I need to make another one, is kept a stainless steel pot, and then when carried by candles, when the candles were basically done, but there was still like a little bit of wax on the bottom or even small wax parts of the candles, and I'd take all those, save those, and then take all those and melt them inside this stainless steel pot that was like, you know, yay big around, and then let that dry and cool. And basically what it would do, like knock it out and made a big wax plate, right? And then like doing my pumpkins and stuff, I could do my mache or whatever it was, or even mache clay, and then just set it on that big wax plate and let it dry up, and it would never stick to it, just pop right off. Smart. Okay, sir, I will look for that when it comes in. Steve's work. Hey, what are you working on, Steve? And I know you guys are supposed to get somewhere in Texas. You guys, somewhere down there, you guys are getting some strong storms or something here, either in the next couple days or have been. Oh yeah, so yeah, Reaper, you're kind of, you know, yeah. Plastic on the table. Was big, thick plastic, and nothing on the keyboard. That would be correct. That'd be absolutely correct. But I'm getting a lot on the table. If I didn't cover the table because it's just raw wood, I would have a mound, just a mound of like mache paste and newspaper to just be all dried up to it. With these tabletops here, I mean, I've had these tabletops for, I don't know, the past 12 years. In this little space, they've done really well. The tables that I'm making for my wife, they're like a Formica or something put on top of them. I also seen that Another hot friend of mine made a table not too long ago out of the same stuff. Charlotte, her and my daughter, she teaches, she's a para teacher in school, like fourth grade, fifth grade, I think, fifth grade. And anyway, Little League has started. So they went to watch some of her kids play baseball tonight, and then she got back just a little while ago. And since she kind of missed out at the beginning, she is now relaxing, watching Vampire Diaries with the puppies. This part is a leg, if that's what you're asking about. Oh, sweet, Steve, like a side table for like next to a couch or whatever. That'd be cool. And you're starting to hit up, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but you're like, I've been trying to pay attention, watching the videos. You're making stuff to go to like trade shows and whatnot, or different things, right? To sell. It seems like you're doing like a lot of stuff like interior home decorating kind of stuff too as well, right? I mean, yeah, some of that stuff will be used inside of a haunt or whatever, but if you're into haunting or whatever, like some of those frame things you're making or whatever, all that crap, I can see just buying that and hanging it in the house, right? Yeah, awesome, yeah. That's what I thought. I saw that you poured that big mold of that mirror or whatever not too long ago. That was a pretty good size mold. That was a lot of that was a lot of silicone. At least I thought it was a lot of silicone. I like the garage too, dude. It looks like you got it all. Basically, got the garage set up as a building studio. Everything's orange and black in there too. I'm digging it. Oh, dude, yeah, Reaper, you're right. That'd be awesome if I get one of those little deals to lay out. I wonder if they make something like that for a laptop that I can throw over the top. Let's do the torso. Let's throw something up here different instead of just another set of legs. Oh, nice, Charlotte. So you do a pirate skeleton theme? Very cool. I've seen a lot of that stuff. That's neat. I always like the ones that do the pirate who's drinking out of a bottle. That's a pretty cool prop. And yeah, Steve, I noticed, yeah, most of it's kind of goth stuff, which is cool, dude. A lot of this stuff looks really neat. I like it. And then here's the thing, too, man. If people are buying it and there's a market for it, do it. I mean, at this point, I'm not necessarily trying to sell anything. Eventually, I'm going to, but I'm trying to market more of just teaching. I'm teaching how to do this, Mache wise. But I want to put a book together on just doing pumpkins, because there's about 4,000. Well, I've got about, at this point in time, 6 different ways to mache pumpkins and make pumpkins, all different methods. And I thought if I could put that all in a book. just a paperback book, single binder that people may be interested in having that, have it all in one place. And Philly. I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, I think I've got enough. I have enough. I have enough pictures and everything else from all the different ways I've done pumpkins in the past that to add photos in all the various stages or whatever wouldn't be a problem. It's just sitting down and taking the time to start writing it up and doing it. I figured a book on pumpkins would probably go pretty easy and sell pretty good because, in my opinion, when it comes to doing, well, here's two things. In my opinion, doing Mache, and everybody asks, what's the best thing to start with? I always think it's a pumpkin because pumpkins are very easy to do, and there's a lot of different ways you can do them. They can be very intricate or very quick. Just depends on what you want to do. And also, to me, pumpkins just mean Halloween, man. I mean, there's stuff that I like, some gore stuff and everything else every once in a while, but when I think about being a kid and going trick-or-treating and all that kind of junk, pumpkins, the jack-o'-lantern just represents that time of year. Linda Hines, toilet paper clay, 1-ply or 2-ply? I'm guessing, because most of the time I buy the cheapest toilet paper I can find, it's probably single-ply. But I think you can get away with 2-ply and still use the same recipe and be okay. As long as you're not like getting, there's those, this roll equals 32 rolls in one or whatever. That may be, that may throw things off a little bit. Yeah, dude, you're right, Steve. Classic Halloween's awesome. Charlotte, you saw a lot of replicas of the book from the Hocus Pocus book. Yeah, that'd be cool. I can see that. There's a big, a lot of people really like Hocus Pocus. I haven't seen the second one yet. I'm sure I'll watch it though. Joe TP. What the heck is Joe TP? I don't know what Joe toilet paper is. Oh, talking about classic movies or whatever, stuff like that. One of my favorite, and we're talking like Hocus Pocus realm type stuff or whatever. I mean, of course, everybody always loves The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a good show, right? But there was also a show that came out back in the day called Monster House. That little show was freaking awesome too. It cracked me up. It reminded me being a kid, because there was where my school was, there was a house across the street from the school that everybody swore was haunted. So that whole show where it begins, a little girl on that tricycle and she's just all happy going down the sidewalk or whatever, you know, and from the yard kind of grabs her bike or whatever. I mean, it's total Halloween kid, normal, you know, fear of the haunted house thing. That show's great. Love it. Dude, Reaper, I get it. I always have toilet paper. When COVID hit, I was like, gosh, dang it. Everybody's buying up all my art supplies. Dead End, I saw that. Well, I saw 2 different pumpkin masks that you did. One that had like a bunch of gnarly stuff in the mouth and eyes, and the other one looked to be a little simpler form, but still looked good. I saw both of those. I was checking your channel out, just like I was checking Reaper's channel out. Oh, Monster Squad too, dude. Yeah, I agree with that. That was a good old show too. Monster Squad was good. We're gonna have to crush this in a little bit. Well, maybe. Wow, this is wet. I'm just kind of smashing this in down here at the end where the leg's going to attach. It almost looks like it's a little wide here, which at this point it's not too big of a deal, because when we start putting this thing together next week, if it seems too wide, I'm just going to cut and trim like different pieces of the mache out of the way, right? And then we're going to glue the stuff into place or whatever, mache it into place, and then mache right back over these areas that we've cut. A lot of people, I've talked to a lot of different people that have done mache or doing mache, where it's like they get worried that once they've made their, like this base like this, that this has to stay exactly the same as they made it. I mean, at this point in time, it doesn't matter. You don't have a finished product. You don't like the way it looks, cut into it, change it, mache back over the top of it, and move on. That's the fun part of this, right? Yeah, this crap's kind of boring right here, but I don't have a lot of expenditures in it. My newspaper's free. If I don't like the way it looks, I can just cut it and change it. I'm going to do some paper mache masks, Charlotte. But what I'm going to do is I'll probably do like a thin layer like this, right? And then use cotton after that to do detail work, because cotton's light. Well, it's sweet. It's fun that there's people that are. Steve's working on a project. Sounds like Get In Your Hunt's working on some stuff. Hopefully, some of you guys. I know Linda is. One of the Lindas is building along. That's the main thing. Is I hope you guys are building along. It's way more fun knowing that people are building projects while you're doing stuff. Where, Steve? At Texas, like Texas Hunters Convention, or well, I was hit up like 6 or 7 years ago to go to one to do a Mache class, and at that point in time, I really didn't know how I would pull it off. But since then, I've kind of come up with some ideas on how you could do it. Picking a specific project and then just having certain projects, you know, certain already in stages along the way and kind of talk through it or whatever. And maybe have a few things there, do some hands-on, something you can whip something out kind of quick. Steve's already in bed. It's only 9:48 for you too. You're just in Texas. It's not like it's real late. Okay, let's do a few more. I'll do a few more over the top of this, then I think I'll tackle these arm pieces real quick and hit the head of this, and then this stuff will just set and dry. And like I said, for anybody that's working on this and if they're going to move on, you're going to wrap all of this stuff like this. Set it, let it dry. It should be dry by tomorrow. Do it again tomorrow. All right, stop it, let it dry. Do it again the next day. Okay. Because we want this layer of Mache to be like really strong, because this project, the Mache is what's going to give it all the strength. We don't have big armature underneath. This guy isn't going to go outside, so we don't have to worry about that stuff. It still needs to be strong. I do all the time. Dead end, but it doesn't sound like Steve's already about to fall asleep. Yeah, I do a lot of my bigger stuff like that with a PVC skeleton on the inside. I haven't bought any of those Spider Hill prop works, those joints, but those things are awesome. I need to buy some. My witches that go out every year, the bulk of the body is PVC and some noodles and stuff to kind of bulk it out a little bit, and then costume. But then the hands of my witches that you see, those are Mache. The heads are made out of Mache. Anything that's kind of exposed from the costume is Mache. My bigger props like that, they're like a lot of them that are full size. Our PVC structures underneath, and heads or whatever, things like that. Or a Mache. The biggest prop I ever made that was all Mache was the pumpkin dragon. The werewolf I made, he was pretty big too. He was all Mache, but he was not as big as the pumpkin dragon. Charlotte, have a good night. Sleep. Good luck with anybody at work. Hopefully you don't have to deal with too many stupid people. I've got work in the morning as well, unfortunately. Holy cow, 2 hours and 21 minutes. And 16 of you guys are still on here. If out of these 16 that are here, if any of you guys, whoever's been here from the beginning tonight, you guys are troopers. Troopers, man. 2 hours is a long time to just watch Mache happen. And this part isn't even exciting. But I mean, is any of it really that exciting? Dude, Reaper, you were the first one. You you commented like at 7 o'clock or 6:58 or something like that, and the stream hadn't even started yet. Your comments, the reason why I commented, to let everybody know it'd be 30 minutes from then. I think Keith hit the sack too. See, I don't know if you can see it. Look at that buildup of, you can't see how thick it is. Just a buildup of glue and nasty newspaper print on my fingernail. That's about 1/4 of an inch thick now. Consuladus. Boy, I'll never pronounce that name right. But troopers, yes, for sure. This hand is about done for tonight's wrap on this one. Now, just like I said, remember, anybody's building along, I'm going to say it again, I'm going to repeat myself. These are going to dry up tomorrow. I'm going to do the same thing. Cover these all again. See, these are almost, the legs are almost dry now. They're not completely dry, but they're not really tacky anymore. So by tomorrow, they're going to be plenty dry, which means I can do another layer, no problem. So that'll be pretty much easy enough. Tomorrow night, I'll come in here at the end of the night, relax. I'll throw some more layers on. Wednesday night, I'll do the same thing. Then everything's nice and stout. And Monday, start figuring out how to put this thing all together. The only thing that's going to be a trick is putting it together and then getting it to stand up. And I may have to leave the bottom little nub straight or something, and then drill a hole in some 2x4 or something and jam it down in there to keep it so it'll stand up. I'd prefer to work on this where he's standing up and I don't have to lay him down. Cross that bridge Monday. Good night, Charlotte. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Sounds like Consuelo. Consuelo? Is that right? Linda, it's 8 p.m. there. You're in California, right, Linda? Correct. And hey, look at that picture. I'm digging that spider. It's looking good. I got your pictures, by the way, too, and I will be putting a video together on that. I've just been busy. I didn't get any video stuff done at all this last weekend. I'm trying to get back in the groove, right? This studio section deal I'm doing is almost done here. I do have a car after this is done I got to work on, but it won't consume so much of my time as trying to get this studio done so I can get back into these Monday Night Lives and the normal videos. Like, dude, I want to finish this guy up. I got some good footage on this guy. You can't really see him. That light sucks. But that little dude's going to be cool. He's just a miniature pumpkin demon. He's going to be awesome. But I need to get that video finished. Oh, Oh, I'm gonna screw it up again. Consolu. We're making the monster Pumpkinhead from the movie Pumpkinhead. So you just jump on Google and Google Pumpkinhead monster. Well, here, look, let's see if I can do this real quick. Let me show this. We'll see if we get hit or not. Add the stream real fast. Oh, no. We're making this guy. He's called Pumpkinhead. And just a little 3 foot tall tabletop version of him. Normally, everything I make is an actual Halloween prop. But this is what everybody voted on last week. So this is what we're doing. Lupin. All right, yeah, I can do it. That'd be cool. Do a little miniature base, a little pumpkin patch thing. Standing minute. I'm gonna have him standing up. I think I got some foam around here that I could use as a base. And I gotta make some little pumpkins. I like the idea though. I do like the idea. Man, I almost made that too thick right there. That's where his wrists are gonna be. Oh, I'm making a giant kraken. Well, that'd be cool too. Release the kraken. Okay, there. Was that the second? Yeah, well, wow. Okay. Moving on to the head. Now, this is going to have to be a little bit different. I can't go quite as aggressive or I'll screw the shape up. I don't want to screw the shape up. Right on. We'll get all them details done so you can give me a finished picture. Now with the arms and torso and stuff, I was pretty aggressive. Like I was really squeezing down pretty tight. For this head piece. So I didn't pack the paper in super tight when I made this just to get the shape. So got to be just a little bit lighter handed so you don't lose the shape. Once this first layer dries up after tonight, then the layers after that I can be way more aggressive with it and won't lose the shape. Yeah, it does look like a potato, huh? By the time it's done, it won't. Yeah, it already has a pretty good shape of the, or the form of the head. Be able to come in here and add some of those weird gnarly bumps and stuff to the backside. And get that detail in there, and then come up on the front side. It'll be it's going to be pretty interesting, but I think if we just pull things off and pay attention, we can get all the detail we want in this thing. You're correct, Lupin. I agree. This is actually, I really wasn't sure how much I was going to kind of get into this. But the challenge of the detail that's in this thing, now has kind of got, I'm a little excited for it now. To see if I can pull it off. Linda, when I'll be on again? It'll be next Monday. So it's always going to be, okay, so the lives are always going to be Monday night lives. And I think I'll probably start between 7 and 7:30 next Monday. Once this stuff over here gets done and I'm working on standard videos that aren't live, I'm going to be trying to throw those up at least a couple times a month. And those videos will probably come up on Fridays or Saturdays, something like that, that are edited down little videos. But Monday night lives will always be Monday night, so the continuation of this pumpkin head guy will be next Monday. Awesome, Reaper. That's what the thing. Yeah, I was trying to figure out to do these live classes. I was trying to figure out the best day or night to do them. It's kind of hard to choose. And a lot of people, a lot of times, got things going on Friday nights or whatever, Saturday night. So I was trying to stay away from those. Then I know, like right now, especially at this point in time, Thursday nights, like Hunter's Hangout comes on and stuff like that. So I don't want to conflict with that. So I thought, what the heck, maybe Monday night would be good. I can already see the shapes taken in, but I can see, kind of looking at this from the front, I'm going to have to do probably some cutting into this guy so I can kind of keep a shape. I don't know, this head's going to be interesting because we still got to build some stuff off of this. And I'll probably, when we assemble the body next week, I don't know if I'll put the head on just then. I may work on the head separate by itself and then drop it onto the body later. Good night, Linda. We will see you hopefully next week. Troopers, man, it's 12 of you still. 12 of you still here. It's been a long night. Oh, right on, dude. Me too. I get worried about that stuff, right? And I was looking at, we'd been an hour or so into it and hadn't even got to the Mache side of things yet, and I was like, geez. People are going to leave very, very soon. Anything you guys think I can do to make these lives more entertaining? Are there other topics you guys want to talk about during these things, and then I can point out certain things on the projects? Of course, as well with that, anybody that's watching, if you have questions about prop making, period, at all, but anything to do with paper mache and making props, you got questions to ask. Even if it doesn't relate to what we're doing, I'll try to answer those. Okay, my paper's starting to slide all over the place, and I can't smash down real hard because this is loose. So I'm gonna stop right now, so this will dry and harden up some, because I got some of my papers just kind of sliding back and forth. They can't really squeeze down into it. So we're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop here so this thing can dry up and harden up. So we've got what? Torso's covered, legs covered. We got body part started. Let me rinse my hands off real quick. That's a lot of glue. I have used gloves in the past doing this stuff, but I don't like it. Right? I got something about me when I'm working on things like this, like I have to feel it with my fingers. And if I got gloves on and stuff, it doesn't work, and they get super sticky trying to do this. All right, here we go. We've got, let's put a lid back on this and this. So we got the base of this guy done. The base, well, not the base. We've got some structure made for this guy. I got some leg structure started, some arm structure started, torso, and the head. I'm gonna let these things dry. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm gonna hit them again, let them dry again. Then Wednesday, I'm gonna hit them again. So I'm gonna do this 3 more times so everything dries up, gets super strong. And then next Monday, we will start trying to put this into a, basically we're going to bulk out or create the body, right? get a rough idea how the body's going to look. We'll get posing done, that type of stuff. I'll see if I can find a piece of some kind of foam or something. So maybe we can do the pumpkin patch idea. And doing that, I'm gonna have to make some little pumpkins. I guess I could show you guys how I make little pumpkins when I do it. That should be fairly simple, to be super honest. To be super... Man, I've got so much glue on my fingers. Well, I spent years sculpting with paper, mache in my spare time, but you can never stop learning and enjoying. Right on, X-Mobile, yep. I'm glad you're fine with the stream. Yeah, dude, you never quit learning. I sure as hell don't know it all. I know how I do stuff, and that's it. And I'm always up for learning new techniques. Yeah, looping right, because I want to feel like I just can't do the glove thing. But I really, can you guys see this? I mean, I really got the glue piled on tonight. Exactly, X-Mobile. Just that's how I started doing and creating everything. Was just kind of went after it and seeing what works, and then the next time I made something, and hopefully it was close enough to the same type of thing that I made before that I could remember. Hopefully, the stuff that was bad or wrong that I did before. Right on, Reaper. Appreciate that. I'm glad you guys do enjoy the streams. Very true. You don't stop learning until you hit the grave. Man, I've come across people though in just different fields, different things that they just think they've learned it all, or no, you know. Man, you miss out on so much. If you think you've already learned it all, you're gonna miss out on a lot. This is everywhere. I've got we're jumping all around. Now we got 14 people. I just got done with all the stuff. Anybody who's just joining and just showed up, this live stream on here, Monday Night Lives. Monday Night Lives are basically something I'm creating to do on Monday night so you all can build along. We select a project to do. Projects generally take 4 weeks to complete or better. But I try to give a materials list. And then hopefully you guys build right along with me. And hopefully I can teach you some techniques. If it's a project I've done before, I feel better about teaching stuff. Right now, this project being this pumpkin head creature, I'm learning as I'm going on this one, so I'm not teaching. There's no best practice that I'm teaching you on this particular one. I'm working on the background as I watch graphic design. I'm not sculpting yet. Yeah, dude, I agree with that. I agree with that too, Reaps. I absolutely agree with that. All right, cool. All right, this project's gonna be fun. We got, let's throw these out here real quick. I'll put these back up so everybody can see. I'm gonna repeat the same thing over again for anybody that's new that's hanging out. We're back down to 12. We had just tonight made we basically got 2 arm structures here, 2 leg structures here, a torso here. I know it doesn't look like much, and then a head area. Trust, I know this doesn't look like really much anything. Once we start getting this stuff together, start adding details to it, changing stuff up, it's going to turn into something. I promise you, it's going to turn into something. So these things are going to dry. I'm going to hit them again tomorrow and the next day. I want these to be very strong. But at the same time, it's going to be super hard to cut through them. But we want strength. So there's where we're at. If you jumped in and you're interested and you want to build along, you didn't see the beginning. After I shut this thing down, go back. It'll be up on the YouTube channel for you to watch. Go check it out. It's 2 hours and 47 minutes, almost 3 hours long. You can skip around if you want to, but you can just see what we're doing. Maybe you can catch up, because if anybody, you guys that are, hopefully there's some of you that are building along on this one. And I've had a few on the spider. You guys give me your stuff, your photos, and I'm going to share those. But if anybody else is tackling this right along with me, I so want to see your progress as you go. It would be very exciting. So anyway, this is the first night on our journey. This may be a long journey to the Pumpkinhead monster, but we're going to get her done, and we're going to make him from nothing. We're going to make him from absolutely nothing, and we're going to prove that you can make some pretty cool stuff with Mache. I think we're going to get the detail that I want. We're going to try some of those teeth. It's going to be tough. Those are little bitty. I hate to say it. Some of those little bitty things, we might have to do some others, like polymer clays. We might have to do mixed media on this one. I'm hoping not. I'm going to try to stay as true to Mache as I can, but we'll see how that goes. Another idea just hit me for the teeth, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, all you guys that have been here for 3 hours, you rock. You guys are awesome. Once again, I'm going to plug it. If you guys like the channel and like what I do, and if you want to support, you can always go over to Patreon. There's a $2 deal over there or a $5 deal over there. Each month, it just comes out. I do try to post just some specific stuff for patrons, but I'm going to tell you square up right now, I'm not real good about it. Got a little bit better. Some of those patrons were seeing what was going on back here, so they knew what was happening there. But if you just like the channel and you want to support, help this guy buy a copy or get more supplies for this, because really everything that goes into that does go into this show, this product, this deal, consider joining. As always, if you want a super chat, you can hit a super chat. Those things appreciated too. You don't have to do any of that stuff either. But if you want to, shameless plug. There's also merch. You can find an unhinged shirt. And I know it's an old design, but it's at an Etsy. I've got an Etsy shop. It's not linked in this one right now. If you go check out one of my other videos, it'll go to the Etsy store. They should be up there. I do need to make some more t-shirts. So we'll see. Lots of stuff going on. But dude, I appreciate all you guys that have been here. Reaper, you're awesome. You've been here since before we even started. You're awesome. Lupin, I'm glad to see you again tonight. I didn't see you in the last one, so I'm happy to see you here again. Good night. Consolo. I hope you're making it. I want to see it. Oh, Dead End Yard Haunt. I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate the super chat. You're awesome. Good night, guys. And I'm hoping that I see this same crowd. Hopefully I see all you guys next Monday. It'll be between 7 and 7:30. I'll throw it up, and I hope to see you guys then. Just for the chatting while we're along, so don't feel like I'm sitting here by myself. See everybody on the next one. Thanks for being here.